Hey guys, hey family, what's going on? It's your guy Cecil Jones, and I am getting ready to run to the gym real quick, and I just wanted to have some real talk with you while I'm headed to the gym. These talks are like therapy for me, because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to figure out this thing called life, and we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. We all have a long, long way to go. We all have a lot to do to grow. And, I take my life serious. Serious to me. I take my spirituality serious. I take all this stuff serious. I meditate a lot. Back in the gym now, headed over there again for day number 4. Day 4, headed back to the gym. I used to be a gym fanatic. Oh my God, I used to stay in the gym when I was in my 20s, 30s. But life just came along somehow and changed some things around, and I just didn't, we talk about life and we talk about balance, and I really don't believe that we ever achieve these houses. I want to get these houses here. I don't believe we ever achieve this balance that we're looking for. It's always like a juggling act. Life is always like a high wire act, and I just really believe that none of us have this figured out. Throughout my studies and learning, being a student of life, I know that there's a saying. I think the first man I heard say it was Muhammad Ali. That a man who thinks the same at the age of 20 as he still does at 50, he's wasted 3 years of his life. So I don't believe in wasting any years. I don't believe in wasting a minute of my life. So as I go through this journey, I like to share my journey. I like to share my life. I like to be transparent. And one of the things, and I'm going to do a live at 8 o'clock. What's up, cuz? I see you, Radine. What's up, Freddie? One of the things I'm going to share is like the mindset that I had to adopt to go from this little kid in the projects of my hometown, Stamford, Connecticut, and how do I get to neighborhoods like this? How do I get to being able to just overcome everything, that all the adversity in my life, all the people who said they loved me and never demonstrated it. That's why I'm really so big on loyalty. Just because, I've been told all my life that somebody loves me, somebody cares about me. And many of us have, we've been told that we've been loved, and then, we see something different, or you hear something different. And oftentimes it comes from the people that are closest to us. It could be, your mother, it could be your brother, your father. Like, that's where it really stings at. That's where it stings at. Nice houses out here, right? This is the area where I'm in right now, right? And just to be, I got to the gym right now. I've just decided that even if I do 30 minutes, I got to do it every day. I'm committed to this. I'm just committed. Certain things are personal to me, and everything is not about money. Everything, like, to me, in my life, it's little things that mean so much to me. It's the loyalty. It's me understanding who I am as a man. It's me understanding that whatever's happened in my past is no indication of the person that I am today. And so many people are stopped by that. So many people are shut down because we're concerned about what other people think about us. Let me tell you something. If I could bounce back from about to go on trial, if I could bounce back from people saying all types of negative things about me, things that they don't know, if I could bounce back from being in the middle of federal stings, if I could bounce back, man, I'm telling you guys don't really know my life. I still haven't shared everything, but man, so when I talk about the things that I do, and when I talk about the things that are possible, I just want you to know that I know that there's a God. Okay, here's another empty house right here. Watch this, guys. So you see the neighborhood I'm in. Let me show you this. All right, so this is the neighborhood. I'm walking to the gym. And what I do in real estate is I always look for the worst house, the best area. And look at that right there. All right? Look at that. Look at the night. Look at the houses. And this is how I make my money. Yeah, my life is real, it's transparent. There's no script to my life. Like when I tell you that I've learned to attract opportunity like you cannot believe. And I'm not talking just the financial. I'm talking about the people that I now allow to come into my space. Now, these houses out here probably go for about $200,000. If a house like this was in my hometown on the East Coast somewhere, probably be about at least $500,000, right? So this is why I come out to Detroit, because I've learned how to buy houses for $1,000 out here, sell them for $60,000, So what I do when I see these properties is I just take a look at them. I'm going to write down the address, right? I'm going to take a look inside because, see, there's a couple of different ways that these properties could be taken back. I can see inside there. You see inside? Like, see, guys, all my life I've been walking by gold. All my life I've been walking by gold. And I'm thinking that since we are so similar as people, that all your life you've been walking by gold. I can remember just growing up in a household with my mother in this project called Southfield Village back in my hometown. And, we was broke. We ain't had nothing, and my mother, I can remember her saying, we may not have money, but at least we have Jesus. So she basically gave up on the idea that she could have money and Jesus, so that we could have wealth and Jesus, so that we could have prosperity and Jesus. And so many people
believe that because of situations that have happened in their life that they can't bounce back. Maybe you can't get that job that you wanted. Maybe nobody's going to hire. Maybe you've been incarcerated. Maybe you've been on probation. Maybe I'm telling you that when you know this game called real estate right here, none of that matters. None of it matters. Because I'm telling you that I am the ultimate comeback kid. My life was in ruins. Everybody who I thought was in my circle walked away from me because of an incident that I got into back home that was something that I was doing that was shown to me to do by some real estate guru. I followed the information. I had an attorney, and for some reason, I still almost ended up in prison. Like my life was threatened. And here's the thing, guys. It wasn't just prayers that got me out. It was money. It was money. If I had no money, I was just another nigga in the system. But because of that, because I was invested in real estate, because I was putting my money away, I was able to hire the best attorneys. I was able to get away from jail. I was able to get a slap on my wrist. It's not. I just want folks to know that this game right here, when you understand and master this game right here, these houses right here that are right in your town also, when you can master this, when you master this right here, I don't even know the price of it, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that I can make $20,000 minimum off of it. Like, how many times do you want to do that? How many times? Because there's no, there's no monthly, there's no cap on how much income you can generate. So all things that you've ever wanted to do, you could do. You don't have to just have God. I'm sorry, you don't have to have one or the other. I've learned that you could have it all. And here's the thing, like I've separated myself from so many people that don't ride on my vibration, because the vibration that I ride on is so high. And it's like I don't see no bad. I don't see no devil. I don't see nothing that sends out negative energy to the universe. And I'm not going to tell people anymore. This 8 o'clock live that I'm doing, I'm telling you, it's coming. I'm coming full force. And listen, all I'm going to do, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. I'm going to show you what I did with my life. And if that's something that resonates with you and you understand my story and where I come from, all I tell you is look at your life. Look at your life. Forget religion. Forget all. Look at your life that you have full control over. You are the creator. This is the things that I found out when I was at my lowest point in my life. These are the things that God said to me, and it had nothing to do with the stuff that I grew up with learning in religion. So I'm just going to continue to manifest greatness. I have a goal to become a billionaire within the next 3 years. A billionaire, that's with a B. Because I was trained by a billionaire who told me the secrets on investing in Hollywood movies and investing in apartment buildings and turning them to assisted living facilities. And I want to say this as I supposed to have been at the gym, but I'm going to get in there. I just took a little route around, show you guys this beautiful area where I'm living in. One thing that used to stop me, because I didn't understand this whole thing about religion. My mother made me recite the Bible and memorize the Bible and all that stuff, but I didn't understand who God was to me. Let me say this. There's a lot of different people out there doing a lot of different things, and there's a lot of people that are leaders that people are following. But a lot of them are saying the same old thing. And I've never wanted to be the same as anybody else, and I don't ever want to be judged and put into a group of other people that sound the same, because I'm different. Just like you're different. You're so amazingly different. You have so much greatness inside of you. You're an overcomer. You can do everything, anything that you want to do. And that's when I had to tap deep into myself. I was about to lose all. I was about to lose the money. Well, I lost the money anyway. I was about to lose my freedom. And I had no other choice but to say, listen, I need to really find out what's real in my life. I don't care about the show, and I don't care about, remembering a quote in every scripture. I don't care about, I just want to know the real, man. I just want to know the real, God. And that's when I started to get on my journey. That's why I started to change the way I think. So when the things that I see started changing, it was because I started changing the way I think. The way you think is your ultimate reality. That's what I found out. It's my ultimate reality. Now, being a black man, coming up in a black church, I wanted to believe in that so bad. So bad, I just needed something to hold on to. But even that community turned on me. The very people that I was giving thousands and thousands of dollars to just to make myself feel good because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I'm talking about pastors and preachers because they used to come to me because they knew I was making some money. They used to come to me and recruit me like I'm an NBA player or something to go to their church. It was about that tithe money. So when I speak, please understand that you can't say that I'm wrong because I'm telling you my life can't be wrong. Sometimes people experience different things, man. Different things. So this is what I really want to get into. I'm going to run in here, do a quick workout. I'm going to come back and I'm going to get on this thing at 8 o'clock and I'm going to really break some stuff down to you guys. Because anybody can do this. Anybody can have more. Anybody can have more. Doesn't matter what happened in your past. Trust me when I tell you this. You can live the life of your dreams and you're not too old. It doesn't matter how long it's been. Doesn't matter if you're looking at retirement and there's no money in the bank account. I'm going to show you how I did it. So my gym is right over there. I'm cutting through some woods right now. I don't know if you can see my gym right over there. About to go in. But I just want to share this before I go in. I'm going to come back at 8 o'clock. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions. A lot of different opinions on who God is. And all I can do, I can't tell you that I'm wrong or I can't tell you that you're right. And no one can tell me that I'm wrong because it's evident in my life. It's evident in the words that come out of my mouth. And I just believe that the way a person speaks will show you what's in his heart. Not about no nonsense. I ain't about no bullshit. About truth. I'm about living my life and walking this journey and trying to figure it out just like everybody else. All I can do is say that I've tried this and I've tried that and I've tried this and I've tried that. And the people that told me that there was only one way to go, one way to light, one way to God, that hasn't been my experience. When I started to understand who I was, what my power is, and I started to understand that I'm not looking for something outside of me to come and save me. I took responsibility for my life. I said, if anybody's going to do this, Cecil, you got to do it because everybody else left. And God has already given you the strength. He's already given you the power. He's already given you everything you need. So what am I still sitting back waiting on God for? And he's waiting on me to get up and come back. Then he started, okay, let me just say this. I got to go work out. The things that I say go against traditional religion. When I stayed in traditional religion, I was broke. I was miserable. I was unhappy. Quoting scriptures, hanging around people that didn't understand the universal laws, didn't understand the way that God works. And you keep hearing me say that word, universal laws. There's laws that if you follow, you will be successful. And I never heard them taught in church. Took me getting around. God directed my path to billionaires that taught me the real life, the real game. That were centered in God. That didn't lie on other people, that wanted to see me be my best. When I told them my story, they didn't judge me. So I come to find out that when I recognize that the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven, it was within me. What does that mean? It means that the place that you're being told or sold about this layaway, this heaven on layaway, is it really real? Who am I to say what's real and who's not? All I can do is operate off my life experiences. And with that being said, when I decided to dig deep inside of me for the answers, when I understood that if the kingdom of heaven is within, that means that God is within me. That means that he's given me everything that I need. That means that I have the strength to do it. That means that I have the courage to do it already. I ain't got to pray for it. It was already instilled inside of me, just like he instilled it inside of animals. Just like he instilled it inside of an alligator. Baby crocodile comes out. He's not second guessing himself. So why, if a baby crocodile knows what to do when he comes out, and as soon as something touches his mouth, wah, it snaps and it eats it. Just like its mother, just like its father. Because he was born in his mother's image. And he doesn't question himself. He doesn't second guess himself. And I used to second guess myself in religion. Because I was being taught this or being taught that. Double-minded, man. All these different things that didn't add up to me in my life. But here's the real thing, and I got to run. When I discovered that I didn't need a third party, I didn't need a middleman to bring God to me. Because he was already there all the time. And I heard the voice from the time I was a little kid, when I was a victim of child abuse, when I was taken from my mother's home, when I ended up with my grandmother. I heard the same voice. Here's the thing right here. Because we don't remember that we're royalty, we don't act as such. You see, the way that I look at life now is totally different when I was in religion. And I'm not telling anyone to quit or do what I do. I'm just saying, look at the results. And you make your own decision. And if you choose to keep doing things the way that you're doing them, that means you're happy with your results. But I'm telling you now that I have all the money that I need. I'm telling you now that I can go anywhere I want, do what I want. I can give to organizations. I can give to church. I can do what I want. I'm bringing my family out. I'm getting my family back together. We're going to move down to Atlanta. I'm going to buy all the land that I can buy down there. I'm going to show them how to live. See, this ain't no game to me. When I discovered that I didn't know God because I didn't know myself. And if I don't know myself, I can never know God. It's probably the most powerful thing I can tell you about the transference of my life. I didn't know myself because I listened to everybody else. I listened to what mama said. I listened to what grandmama said. I listened to what cousin said. I listened to what preacher said. I listened to what everybody else tried to tell me about who God was in my life. I gave all my money away. Could have took that and invested it in this world instead of putting it in somebody else's plate. I could have I've given hundreds of $1,000s away. And I watched a man tell me in church about his vision, what he's going to do for this church. And I watched him take everybody's money and get up and leave town. I watched him go through foreclosure. I watched him take my money and abuse it. Not saying that's what everybody does. I'm saying from my experience, that's what I see. And I've seen it on multiple occasions. The most powerful message I can leave you with before I walk in this gym
Know thyself. Know yourself. Because when you know yourself, you know God. And when you know God, you know yourself. So many of us are so fearful of things in life that we miss. Well, I'm gonna say me. When I didn't know myself, when I didn't understand something, or I was afraid to do something, I would make up the excuse that it was God. But if God is already inside of me, just like he's in the crocodile, just like he's in a lion, just like he's in a hyena, just like he's in a monkey, there's instincts that you have given you. He's given us. And when you look outside of your, okay, forget that, I'm sorry. When I looked outside of myself to everything else, to everybody else, to every pastor, to every minister, to every this, I gave my power away. I gave my power away. When I believed that I was a servant, I could have no power. When I started to believe that I was royalty, I regained my power. The biggest thing I can say as I leave right now, this devil that is being spread to spread fear, if there's no devil within, if there's no devil within stopping you, if you're not killing your dreams, if you're not stopping yourself, if you don't come to kill, steal, and destroy, if there's no devil within, there's no devil on the outside that could ever hurt you, because you have all the power. You have all the change. You can do this. God has given you the power. Luke 17:21 says the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God is within. It's always been there when you won't believe it. So when someone like me, who's come from a place just like you come from, and you know who I am if you're in my family, you've been told a lie. And every person that discovers now I can hang out in the best country clubs around the world, around the country. And I can talk to other successful people and I can find out what it was that they did. And everybody says the same thing. So you have to question yourself. If you're seeing results over here, you got 100 people sitting in a country club talking about how great their life is, that still love God, that still gives back the way that they want to give back, and they're taking control of their life like I have. And then you look at the people who are where you are right now, and it's your choice. It's your choice. I can't make it change. You look at where you're at and you see these people, the very people who are only on Sunday, they live what they say. But they're talking about people, and they're jealous of people, and they're sick, and they're poor, and everything that's going wrong. And you say to yourself, well, where do you want to be? I decided to pick myself up because God's already given me the strength. He's already given me the power. He's already given me the wisdom. He's given me everything I need to succeed. But when I continued to believe that it wasn't in me, if I would have continued, sorry about that. If I would have continued to believe that lie, I would never be living the life of my dreams right now. That's real talk. I can't get no realer than that. I'm going to continue to show my life. I'm going to continue to show the real estate projects I do. I got a new deal that just came in, 150 acres of land down in Mississippi that we're going to convert to a whole project that'll be named after me. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm telling you that you can do the same thing, and it doesn't matter about your past. You got to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you'll never experience the full power of God, period. That being said, my friends, I had to get into the gym right over here, get my little workout on. I'm coming back at 8 o'clock to finish this. Guys, I just want everybody to live the life of their dreams. That's all I want. I want to see people win. I want to see people happy. I want to see them stop falling for the lies.
Hey, I got to go work out now. For that reason, I'm out. Peace, family.